Hi everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. Right, 2024 is nearly at an end. 2025 is almost in the beginning. I want to reflect on 2024, my thoughts, my feelings. Now, our government, Nigel Farage. To be honest with you, I think Sir Winston Churchill would turn in his grave to know how the country's been managed, what our government is doing. I feel betrayed. I can't trust the government, and they're doing everything in their power to destroy this country. So I've made some notes. So, stand up for the British people. Winston Churchill put the British people first and this country first. More than I could say for Sir Keir Starmer. He's betrayed British people's trust. He's increased the national insurance contribution for businesses. On one hand, he's trying to promote business. On the other hand, he's betraying people's trust in business by what he's done. Let's look what he's done to our pensioners. The Labour Party introduced the winter fuel allowance, and now they've decided to take it away, betraying our pensioners. Look what he's done to our farmers. He slaps them with an inheritance tax. Well, this government is a two-tier government. He's betraying everyone from men, women and children. Why do I say this? I'll tell you for why. Just one instance about the British farmers. We rely on those farmers so much to provide us food on the table. If it weren't for our British farmers, we wouldn't be able to eat. And Sir Keir Starmer's government is betraying all the farmers. While the government gives over £500 million in aid to foreign countries' farmers, is something morally, ethically wrong. And that is what the government is doing. He's betrayed us all. They have betrayed every single person in this country. They've destroyed our trust in government. It's almost beyond belief. I could understand if it was just a few things, but it's not. I will re-emphasise the winter fuel allowance. He's done away for our pensioners. Right? Well, they can freeze to death in their houses. That's their attitude. Sod you, I'm alright. I'm alright. We had a lovely Christmas, the Labour Party did. Well, not me, but they did. They had a lovely Christmas, loads of presents, loads of food, loads of turkey, but sod the bloody pensioners. We don't care about our pensioners. That's what Labour is. That's what our Labour is betraying to us. He doesn't care about our farmers. He insults our farmers. Yeah? He almost is sticking his two fingers up to everyone in this country. Why do I say this? Because it has made me feel that I cannot trust. I'd go so far as to say that the government, the Labour government, is totally and utterly incompetent. And they exude incompetency. But it's not just that. I could understand if it was just a few things, but it's not. It is absolutely massive cock up. after cock up after cock up after cock up. Cover-ups with Southport incident. The cover-up with other things. There is literally shed loads of information. So he's betrayed the farmers, going back to that for the moment. He's slapped her with an inheritance tax. So what happens is when they pass the farm down to the family or fellow worker, they have to pay inheritance to gain the farm. Where these farmers are just making ends meet. They don't have millions of pounds in assets. They just plough it back into the fields, plough it back into the machinery. It is utterly, totally wrong. So the way I see these things is betraying everyone, right? Everyone. Not just you, not just me, across everyone. But the point I'm trying to make is, if they are doing this to the farmers with inheritance tax, and then they insult them by giving foreign aid to foreign countries for their farmers, it's almost like an absolute insult. It's an utter disgrace. The government has lost all trust, all people's faith in government. The Labour Party, the Conservative were bad, but this has got to be the UK's worst government in living history. And that is not by any means an understatement. It is the facts. Look at Black Belt Barrister. Look at Andy the Gabby Cabby. Both these YouTubers are saying exactly the same as me. This government is betraying every man, woman and child. But what I don't understand is that what's making them make these decisions? What's making them? Who's pulling the strings behind the scenes? Who's making them do these things? You have to excuse me, I've got a dog barking. I'm just going to see to them. I'll be back straight away. Sorry about that. I'll shut one of the dogs in the back room. She's obviously sneaked onto a chair. So where was we? Now, it's alright. Got one wandering around wagging the tail. So I've made a few notes. So if I look away from the camera, that's why I'm just reading them. So what's happened is we've lost our identity. We've got no leadership. No person with experience in government how to manage the country. They are just fluffing it. They are just making things up. They're even asked their advisors, what shall we do? So if the government doesn't know, the politicians, the Prime Minister does not know what they're doing, what in the bloody hell chance have we got of a government to lead this country from where we are? None. None. They are betraying our trust. They made promises. They will do this, they will do that. Smoke and mirrors. A lot of BS. Our country is almost on the verge of a recession. Why? Because the Conservative Party, did not promote Britain. It was a stagnant government. And then we had the excuses. They left a 22 billion black hole. Well, let's just face this. Yeah? HS2 is a total, utter waste of taxpayers' money. It is funding businesses to waste billions of pounds. It will not just rephrase that. It was given to us on a false pretense of it was going to be something else. If they'd just told us the truth in the first place, we might have bought it. But they didn't. They lied to us yet again. I could understand if it was to upgrade the network to make more freight flow faster, the more capacity on, instead of saying it will allow business people to get from A to B quicker. What a load of pack of liars they are. We've been deceived by consecutive governments. And I don't know about you, but I've had it up to here with them. I am sick and tired of the repeated bullshit, excuse my language, that comes out of their mouths, saying one thing and doing another. They raise taxes on one hand and take it away with another, right? And then rob us blind and expecting the British people to support all these illegal immigrants coming in, which we're having to for our taxes. The legal immigrants, there's been thousands upon thousands. The immigrants that are coming to this country, there was 150,000. The figures are absolutely mind-blowing. So the RNLI escort them across the British Channel after the French have escorted them so far. It's all been orchestrated. Our government has something's definitely not right here. Who's pulling the strings to make the government? Because it's come out that they are just spokespeople. In other words, they follow the policies what they're being implemented. In other words, the Conservative will do exactly the same as the Labour. It's not them making the rules, it's people behind the scenes, civil servants hierarchy. So we have been deceived by our government saying that they will do this, they will do that. Pack of lies. An utter betrayal of trust. It's not them, they are just the front people. We have been lied to. Get it through your heads. The governments are a complete, utter waste of time. Why? Because they say one thing and do another. It's not the government making the policies, it's the people behind the scenes that are doing that, and the government implement those policies. Okay? So we've been fed a pack of lies for too long. Does it make me angry? It makes my blood boil to see that this government is just like the Russian Putin. They are a communist party. They're not a party for the people. They're a party to destroy the people. That's what they're doing. They're destroying every man, woman and child's livelihood. Every man, woman and child's trust. And they have betrayed all of us. The Conservative and the Labour Party. It's almost like, what can we do to destroy the British people? I'm sorry, but I think the King should be ashamed of himself. King Charles should be ashamed of himself for letting this government make an absolute balls up of it all. The King should step in and take control and say, enough is enough. You're betraying the people. You are, what's the word? It's almost like treason. Betraying the British people. And I feel so bitter that our country is being ruled by a dictatorship. Winston Churchill would turn in his grave to think what is happening to the British UK, where men and women laid down their lives for our country, and now our government is betraying all of them. Enough is enough, people. We have got to stop this. And the only way I can see it happening is to have someone that's got some balls, to have a person or a government party that cares and puts people first, that wants to work with the people, listens to what the people say, and does what the people want. The Conservative and Labour parties have done neither. They don't listen to what we say. We voted them in, right, on the understanding that we'll do something for the people. But what a load of lies that is. We've got to stop putting our trust in a government that betrays us. They've betrayed you, they've betrayed me, they're betraying the king and country. We've almost like got a communist Russia, Putin government that doesn't care one hoot about the people, doesn't care about any of us. And I feel ashamed to be associated as a British citizen while I've been betrayed by our government and country. Why do I say that? Is because our government represents our country. Our country has been sold down the line. Our businesses have been betrayed. Our people have been betrayed. And we have all lost our identity. Why? Because we are now what's the word I'm looking for? We've lost our identity. We have been betrayed. I'm ashamed to think that it's an utter disgrace. But what can we do about it? What can we do? It's New Year's Eve. What hope have we got? Where do we put our hope? Where do we put our trust? Black Belt Barrister, Andy the Gabby Cabby, and loads of other YouTubers, just like me, are saying to everyone, don't trust the government. They're lying through the back teeth. Whether Conservative or Labour, they're just as bad as each other. There's only one person alone I trust, and that is Nigel Farage. You might not like him, you might do, but it's the only person in this country will pull us back together out of the brink of disaster. We are facing a very uncertain future because Saplonka Starmer is almost like dealing with the devil. And that Kimi Badenoch, I could not ever vote for Conservative again, let alone Labour. They have betrayed us both, and there's only one person I will ever vote for, and I will join Reform UK today. That is my commitment for my New Year resolution. And I hope you do too. And I hope you see through the pack of lies what the Labour Party is telling us and what the Conservative Party promises. So they're good at promising but delivering nothing. And the only person I will ever trust from now on is Nigel Farage. And I hope Nigel Farage doesn't let us down, because we can't lose with Nigel Farage. Anyway, I'll round this up and I wish you all a merry, happy New Year's Eve. Don't drink too much. if you do let fireworks off, think about animals. They don't like them, because at the end of the day, letting fireworks off will scare animals to death. I'm sorry to say it, but we've got pets and we have to put music on to drown out the fireworks. I know everyone likes to celebrate, but sometimes we just got to think about our pets and pet owners. So bear that in mind. Have a nice time, everyone. I'm looking forward to 2025 and what it brings us. So take care. The thoughts are with us all, and hopefully Nigel Farage is in government very soon. God bless you all. Take care.